All right, we're live. I don't know where the noise coming from. Good evening. This is Kenny Tan. Welcome to the Real Biz Academy's live stream. So we're doing live stream in several different channels of YouTube and Facebook. And tonight we're going to bring to you the March 2021 California real estate update. Tonight I got something very special for you coming right up. All right. And I'm pleased to introduce my guest today. Below myself and right in the middle is our Jean Riley from San Diego. She's a very experienced real estate agent in the city of San Diego. And Jean, say a few words to the audience. Jean, can you hear me? All right, apparently we're not getting good signal here. All right, we'll come back to Jean a little later.
Hi everyone, and welcome. Yes, can you hear me?
We're having some issue here. All right, we'll come back to Jean later. So our second guest for the evening is Lily Garipova, who specializes in residential real estate in the Bay Area. Lily, say hello to everybody.
Hi, everyone.
All right. Apparently, we got some background noise. We don't know where it's coming from. As I indicated to you earlier, we're having some technical issue. Even Judy is not showing up on the screen, but I'll introduce her afterwards. You'll be able to see her. And our third guest tonight is Asma Majali from Orange County. Asma, say a few words to the guests.
Hi everybody. How are you doing tonight?
Okay, excellent. We're having a little issue with your audio. Hopefully it'll get better.
Me too.
Okay. Guest number 4 is Kathleen Xiang from the Bay Area. Also, she's in the Tri-Valley areas. Kathleen, say a few words to the audience.
Good evening, everyone. This is Kathleen Xiang with Sentiment Realty.
All right.
Nice to meet you here.
Okay, now we're gonna go to Judy here. Judy, for whatever reason, I can't put you on the screen. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, Judy, say a few words to the audience.
Hi everyone, I'm Judy. I'm the real estate agent in Sacramento Group area. Very happy to meet you guys all here tonight. Thank you.
Okay, all right, Judy. Now let me, as we talk about real estate tonight, we're gonna see who's in the chat room. First of all, we got Alec Tan. Well, Alec has a question. All right, we'll come back to you, Alec. Okay. Now, let's say we also have several other people joining us. So feel free to write us comment or leave questions tonight. Okay. We're having a little issue, but hopefully things will get better as we move along. Now we're gonna move to Jean Riley here. Jean, we're gonna start with you, and let's see. Okay, Jean, are you able to hear me? Jean, I can't hear you. I'm not hearing you, Jean. All right, Jean is having a little technical issue. So let me start with Lily. We'll come back to Jean later on. Okay, Jean, I'm gonna let Lily talk to her first. Now, our guest number 2, Lily, is gonna give us a presentation in the Bay Area. So Lily, why don't you go ahead and tell us about the real estate market here?
Hi. Well, the real estate in the Bay Area is really hot and fast-paced currently. Specifically, in the high demand is single-family residences. We can see the townhomes and condos. They can, they vary in prices, but people basically hunt only for like majority for single family homes, right? Home sales, they dropped like by 30% since February of last year. So we have a very low inventory all over the Bay Area. Basically, it's about from 40 to 50%, comparing to last year, February, right? So that's what creates this urge in low inventory, low interest rates, that pushes people to buy still affordable properties. So what we can
Oh,
see,
hey, hold on a second, Lily. I
uh-huh.
think this question might interest you. This is from Alex. Alex says, I hear higher rates are cooling off the housing market with mortgage rates climbing, which reduces the affordability. Is interest rate climbing as
Oh,
far as you know?
so okay, let's say a week ago or like a week and a half ago, we locked a rate at 2.5 with my loan broker. Right now, the interest rate, he like at the last moment when I asked him, he said they climbed like 0.5%. So some of them already 3%, and I know the lenders go to 3%. My lender still can do 287, right? So the interest rates, yes, they climbed a little bit, but in general public, it didn't stop the market. You know, like maybe there's like very little fraction of people dropped out of submitting offers, but we don't see that. Like honestly, right now, I just yesterday submitted for a single family in Dublin, and it was a small 100 square feet home. We gave like 150K above asking price, right? The valuation about 1 mil, and we lost. So somebody came very close, like they put like 200, 250 above probably. So yes, the interest rates, if they're going to be higher, like 4%, 4.5, then we will see probably like prices going to cool off. But right now, we don't see that at all. So I don't know. Hopefully,
All right, we're looking at your first chart. That's a single family residence median sale price. What can you tell me about this chart?
um, okay. So in a single family's median sale price, you can see on this graph what happens, right? In from January to February. So the median list price in San Mateo, you could see like it was spiked in the closer to beginning of February or end, and then it's like a little bit going down. So in like if you see on a green, it's Santa Clara, right? Everything in Santa Clara County goes up, and actually in Santa Clara, it's interesting that the median house prices they like up to 12%, right? And then they pending over 40%. So my and you know the interesting thing which happens right now, previously when the COVID started, luxury homes they've been standing alone, right? Like and nobody was running after them, and there was less purchases for luxury homes. Right now we can see luxury homes they are actually uh, being bought, right? Like, and the luxury home sales up for 79% in Santa Clara County, but it's all over, right? Like, for example, in Fremont, there is like some properties which listed at 2 point, they can go and get offers at 2.4, right? So we can see very big amounts or spikes in prices which they got for the offers accepted.
Let me ask you
So
this. It looks like San Mateo curve is looking funny there. It went up very sharply and now it's coming down a little in San Mateo.
you know what? Yes, you can. I think these graphs are like very. They're very connected with inventory, and if you can go to different slide, I can show you why. Just I have a couple slides before. Can you just change the slide?
Okay, sure. What slide would you like?
The slides?
You
Just
want to
any of
start
them.
from page number 1. Let's go with single family residence sales volume February 2021.
Yes, that's actually shows what happens on the market. Santa Clara, right? Like Santa Clara, specifically San Jose. The major driver in Santa Clara is San Jose, right? Because San Jose, it's still affordable. It's not like overpriced. I mean, like it's going there, right? Like, and so the biggest sales which happening right now, they are in Santa Clara. So I mean, like the sales volume Then the second is Alameda, right? Like Alameda County have listings and people go after Alameda. Then Contra Costa. Contra Costa is actually another county which grew immensely lately, especially through like 3-4 months. Yeah, we can go to different slides. It just shows a little visually what's the single family residences sales volume in every county in February.
Absolutely. Let me see if I can manage this. Hold on a second.
Mhm.
All right, so you want to show,
Yes, that's actually interesting. It's a visualization, like people can see a little bit what happens, like how many days on the market properties are right now, right? Like the properties go really fast right now, specifically in certain areas. You can see they last longer actually in Redwood City and Woodside and closer to, you could see that on the map, right? So that's why the properties which are in a higher value in these areas, they just last longer on the market. And then, like looking at them, you can see on Sunol, one of the cities here where the properties, they can stay on the market longer. I don't know if you can see map clearly on your graphs, but yes, it shows how long the properties last on the market. So basically, Danville, San Ramon, Dublin, Livermore, Santa Clara, like county, it's San Jose, you name it, like Hayward, Alameda County, everything goes really fast. Some properties don't last even 2-3 days on the market. Like they usually go like in a week, right? Like you can see a lot of estimations on the websites, but actually that's not true data. Like if they say the home lasts on the market for 2 weeks, this is not happening right now. It's less than a week, right? So everything goes in a less than a week. Specifically, it's single family home residences.
well,
And you can
obviously things are going to slow down just a little bit because the interest rate is rising a little bit. So are you seeing that, or you think there might be a lag time?
You know what? Interest rates, like yes, that's as I said previously, they are rising, and whatever like changed in interest rates, it didn't change the market in here. We still see the properties like single families over a bit like 100K, 150, 200, you name it. I've seen properties like who put on the properties like 400K above asking price. And actually, a couple days ago in Dublin, okay, there was a comparable property which was to close at 780, and it was the highest property sold in the community at 780. So, and we've been submitting for the property at 840, similar property at the same community, and we lost. We came to 860, and they still didn't accept our offer because somebody came close to 900 in this community. So none of the comparables on the market, they don't make sense right now. People don't look at comparables, they just buy. Livermore, like they never had prices at 9, like Livermore reaching a point of 1 mil right now. I've seen some properties closed at 1 mil at the size as a square footage which never was imaginable, like let's say in summer, right? So, and I think
Mm-hmm.
Livermore is the next city which is going to hit 1 mil pricing, and in average. This is because if you look on the map right now, like Dublin is like Dublin is another one of the cities which still have some room to catch up. San Ramon, Danville, they already overpriced. Like not overpriced, the prices are too high, right? And Livermore is the only city like in between these like cities which a good school district, like there is a good schools, average schools, I would say, and really nice areas for the families, and you still can get a home under 1 mil. Still can get a home, but people bid in this area, like they still put bids like 100K, 150K above. So that's what I'm seeing. And yes, comparables, they don't make sense. Nobody looks at comparables. That's
Okay. All right. Is there any other chart you want to show us?
if you can go on my previous charts with let's see, it's the first slide. If you slide down, actually, yeah, in the slides, you just visually can see. Can you go two slides back?
Okay.
This is like days on the market, and was another one. There was another one in front of it.
All right. This is in
Yeah,
front, home sales.
yes, and you see the biggest circle is actually San Jose, and
Yeah, it looks
that's
like it.
yes, San Jose has the biggest home sales in Oakland lately as well, because Oakland, I think they flashes they get, you know, a lot of investors get rid of their properties since no rentals, and you can see a lot of fourplexes, duplexes, and so on in Oakland as well. So basically, to generalize what happened right now, everything is going fast, specifically single-family home residences, and we have a shortage of inventory, like twice less than the last February of last year, right? If just you look at the Dublin, we're like 69% lower inventory than last February. So that creates like crazy competition right now in Dublin. Pleasanton is like 53% less than last year, and then Danville is like 56% than the last year. So we have less homes than the last year, February. That what creates all this rush, and people try to get in a single family home residences right now. And yes, and
Well,
this
may I interrupt you by asking you what's going on with the condo market? A while back, you were telling us that condo is not selling as fast. So, are you seeing more sales in condos right now, or what's going on with the condo market?
condo market, yes, you can see sales in a condo market, but it's not actually, to let you know, like right now, I can see even some townhomes they overbid. As I said, with the Dublin, like somebody overbid almost like what is 780, like what more than like close to 100K they overbid on a townhouse in Dublin,
Yeah,
which is
that's what's going on right now. You see, Ying Mei has something to say. She said condo is getting hot too. I know she had a escrow pending for a property in Emeryville. So apparently condo is also heating up, right?
yes, it's in some areas, yes, in some areas not. Like I got right now, if you can see in communities with the multiple condominiums for sale, right? If there is multiple listings in the same condominium, you can still negotiate. I just got like in a contract for condo in San Jose, and we bid like 30K down. So I mean like 30K less of a listed price. But it's just because they had like what eight condos in the same community, and they've been like sitting on the market like for 40 days. Yes, some condos, yes, you can get, but some like specifically townhomes, you can see surge in prices for townhomes right now as well. And most likely, you know, like what drives it as well is if a townhouse has a little backyard or patio, that's the point for sale right now. You know, like people look for backyards. That's what drives the purchases.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for your presentation and valuable information, Lily. We'll come back to you when we conclude the show for your expert opinion. Now let's go to Jean Riley to see how she's doing. She was having an issue earlier. Jean, all right. Can you? I can't hear you though. You have to. Can you say something? I'm not hearing you. All right. If I'm still having issue, then I'll come back to you. Okay? Because right now I'm not able to hear for whatever reason. Your audio is not working. Let me go to Asma Majali. Okay,
Hi, can
Asma.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Can
hear
you
you
hear
very
me?
well. All right, you can see the two of us
Yeah?
on the screen, Asma. All right.
Yeah,
All
how are
right,
you
let me.
doing?
Good, good. Let us know about what you're gonna tell us about Orange County today.
Yeah, so I didn't have any materials ready today, maybe next time, but
That's
I'm
okay,
gonna tell
Asma.
you that
I would rather see and
yeah,
hear you talking anyway.
yeah. It's a crazy, crazy month. Usually March is a crazy month every year here. but this year is unbelievable, especially for the price point between, like we're talking about condominiums, townhomes, between 600,000 up to 2 million. The luxury market still is not like before. When you pass 2-3 million, it still takes longer time. But anything between 700 to 2 million, literally, it doesn't stay more than a week. Same like the Bay Area. It's the interest rate is picking up now. So I'm encouraging people, anybody who's watching us, maybe in the summer we'll have a little bit higher interest rate. And in Orange County, there is a lot, especially in Irvine, there is a lot of brand new homes developments. So my advice to the people who are like trying to get, making an offer above asking price, we think 100, 200,000 and not getting the property yet, why don't you consider brand new homes? That's something still you can find better deal. I would say it's still it's competitive too, but it's still slower a little bit than the resale market. Irvine is the craziest. We have many people are moving from LA also to Orange County. Austin also is very hot market this spring, and yeah, it's like any other part of California.
All right, let me ask you about the new home market in the Irvine area. I know that's your expertise. Which
Yeah.
exactly Irvine community do you work in the most?
So my farm is Central Park West and Business District, which is there is a lot of new developments now for the price range between 600 to maybe low 1 million, 1.2, which is this is a very affordable market. We would consider it for the area. Another area, people looking for bigger homes and better school districts for families, it would be Orchard Hills. But you're gonna go up with the price there because the homes are bigger. They're single family homes, goes up to like 3 to 4 million. But it's still worth it. Like for the size and the land you get, it's much better when you are. It's more inland, so it's much better when you get closer to the ocean. So I would encourage people to look there. Orange County Great Parks still have tons of inventory. But the problem is everybody wants, usually with the builder, you need to wait like 6 months to 8 months. But I know there is a lot of inventory now with the builders are ready to move in. So that's my advice to the buyers who are having a hard time to find the properties now, because Irvine, like I know it's like this everywhere in California, but Irvine is really crazy.
All right, Irvine is known for its school district. Are you getting a lot of schools with tens, mostly tens in Irvine?
Yes, all of them.
All
Maybe
of
there is
them are
only
tens. Okay.
all of them are 10s.
All right, great.
And
I
Tustin
want to show
also
you.
has great school districts. So
Okay,
yeah,
now.
that's in general the market. Everything in South Orange County is hot, not only Irvine, even Aliso Viejo, Mission Viejo. You could say from anywhere from Costa Mesa down to San Juan Capistrano is really hard to find inventory now. So I encourage people to go to the builders because really they can get things that are ready to move in. Many builders are adding upgrades or so it's not like, I know some people don't want to put the work in the upgrades and doing things themselves, but if you go, sometimes you can find something that somebody already did and they didn't close escrow, for example. You could find something that the builder is offering some upgrades for. So that's what my advice to my buyers here.
All right, Asma Majali, did I spell your name right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Asma, earlier we heard about Lily talking about the Bay Area market, how crazy it is. Are you
Yeah.
finding the same thing in the Irvine market? Is it crazy or is it what you expected?
It is, as I said, it is so crazy. It's not like the usual market. Many people are moving from LA, especially that in Orange County we have more relaxed lockdown, So a lot of people are moving, whether for school district, for business. We have a lot of, I've seen a lot of people are moving from the north to Orange County. And, you know, the inventory, like it's like everywhere else, there is low inventory. The interest rates maybe will maybe probably in few months, if really that it's going to increase, maybe it will stabilize the market a little bit, I don't know. But I think now it's still like, it's not the usual market for March, like compared to last year. I didn't get any statistic this time, but next month or next webinar, I will have more materials to show people how
That's
the market
okay.
is
That's
going.
okay. I want to ask you about. I want to ask you about home buying, new home buying in Irvine, especially with Lennar. Can you share with us some tips and why you think your tips are valuable?
Yeah, as I told you, there is a lot of new developments are building now, I know, and many of them are finishing and ready to move in. Not only Lennar, like in business district, there is a couple of other new builders are having, I know they have inventory, but as I told you, there is something in some people's mentality, they don't want to go with a new builder because they think they need to wait and they need to spend money on the upgrade, which is true. You need to do some upgrades, but I would encourage them to try and go. Like Lennar, for example, they include a lot of upgrades that literally sometimes you don't need to do anything extra. There is a lot of inventory sitting there compared like, I don't know if you had the chance to look at my website. I have my website is irvinebrandnewhomes.com.
Let me
If
see if I
anybody
can
wants
put your
to check
website.
it.
Hold on a
So
second.
anyway,
I'm gonna attempt to put your website on the screen. Hold on.
so you can see the inventory compared to what you see
Yeah.
in the MLS. There is a lot, especially in areas like I said, Irvine Great Park. There is a lot of new developments there, Orchard Hills, and the business district, the airport area.
All right. Let's see if I can share your screen, your website on the screen. Okay, hang on a second.
Yeah, this one.
Hold on. It'll be great if I can share it. Hold on a second.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna open a brand new browser.
And the
I
thing
keep saying.
about it's so easy. IrvineBrandNewHomes.com.
IrvineBrandNewHome.com. All right, let's go
Yeah,
there. Irvine,
yeah.
right?
And
Brand
new
new homes.
homes.
That's with the S.
Yes.
Brand new homes with the S, right?
Yes, correct.
All right, let's see if we can get there. Irvine, brandnewhomes.com. I got it.
Yeah, there is another domain name, but this is easier.
Is this your website?
So if
This
you
one
go,
looks like your website.
yeah, this is my website. If you go there is brand new homes in the top.
Brand new homes.
If you click on brand new homes.
Okay, I click on brand new homes. All right.
Yeah. So here, yeah.
Well, it's asking me to sign up.
If you want to sign up, I don't know. You can just do it with Facebook.
I can't even let me go past.
Okay, so basically there is a search box there. It's not linked. It's like the IDX, but it's not linked to the inventory on the MLS. It has all the inventory that the builders has in Orange County. So it's so easy to search all the new homes in one place.
All right. Okay. Well, if you need to search for new homes, this is the website you go to.
Yeah, my message basically to people who are hesitant to buy from the builder because of the weight and the cost of the upgrades. If you try Lennar, there is the Intercorp now. There is a lot of builders add almost all the upgrades, especially for condos, because the square footage is not that big, so the upgrades will not cost them that much. And if you try to buy in the first phases, you always make money when you sell in few years after. There is a lot of inventory that you don't need to wait for 6 to 8 months. That's not, especially in the summer, you know.
All right. So if somebody wants to buy a new home in Irvine for $1.5 million to $2 million, which one would you recommend? Lennar, Toll Brothers? Which ones?
So you're talking up to 2 million?
Yeah,
Less than 2
1.5 to
million?
2. Yeah.
Yeah. Less than 2 millions. Toll Brothers, usually they specialize in more luxury, bigger homes. I would say Lennar, Irvine Pacific, which is the Irvine company builder. There is also Intracorp. They build a lot of condos now in Irvine Business District. A Shea company in certain parts. Yeah, but Lennar is the biggest one in this market now. Like I would say more than 50% of the inventory now in the Great Park is built by Lennar. And Lennar adds 70% of the upgrades are there already. So you don't need to worry about spending more money on the upgrades.
Let me ask you this. If I want to buy a new home with Lennar, I understand Lennar has some upgrade already included in the purchase price. What do you think about upgrade being included in the purchase price? Is it a good thing or not a good thing?
It's actually a good thing because the price still, the purchase price, they still need to compete with other builders in the same area and compete with, they still need to appraise when people get the loan, right? So it doesn't really add to the price, but especially with Lennar, because you know, coming from background like very familiar with their homes, the quality is actually, you're not gonna get better when you do it yourself. They use the same quality they use for their model homes. They use it for the regular homes.
I see. I think, you know, I have seen new homes in Lake Forest by Lennar. One of the things I was very disappointed at was even though the upgrade was included, but really the upgrade wasn't quite to the kind of taste or the kind of expectation that I have in terms of the price of the
Yeah,
home
maybe
I'm
the
paying.
taste.
So I think
Yeah, I agree with.
if that's the case, I'll rather not have the upgrade included. I'll rather just do my own upgrade. So I think it's important if you're buying new homes with Lennar in certain places where they're giving you the materials that are just average, it's probably not up to your expectation. So you're better off not doing the upgrade. But unfortunately, for Lennar, they've already included in the price. You can't really remove it and replace it with something else.
Well, actually, I disagree with you on this point because all the upgrades they have now, I would say, I'm talking about 5 years ago till now, it's all very modern. For example, the countertop quartz, it's either, they give you choices, but it's all like contemporary. So usually, I'm talking about people who buy these condos for that price range. They usually younger age who like to be like now. The options will be between gray and white because everybody wants these colors. So they give you options, but for example, countertop is always quartz. The appliances are good quality. But I agree with you in terms of the taste, maybe the color of the carpet or the color of the flooring. That's of course it's not going to be something if your expectations are high in terms of, but I know that some of the homes majority of them you have carpet of course, but with them you could have tile in the living area, which is for with other builders you need to pay for that. But yeah, in terms of taste, of course I agree with you that it's a personal.
All right. Thank you for sharing that information with us, Asma. I'm going to bring you back when we conclude for some expert opinion. Hang tight. Let me see if I can bring Jean Riley back here. Jean, I'm not seeing you. Well, I see you, but I can't hear you. Can I talk to you right now?
Hello. Can you
Can you
hear me?
hear me? Yeah, I can hear you now. So, Jean, why don't you start
Okay.
sharing with us what's going
Uh-huh.
on in San Diego?
So San Diego is a super hot market right now. I work with several buyers and everybody's asking me when will the price come down? And I don't see the end yet. So I want to share the audience I want to share with audience some key indicators to show you the San Diego market. So Kenny, if you could put the first slides on it, the
Of
average
course,
sales
of
price,
course,
that
of
would be great.
course. Why don't you start talking? The slide will be right there. Okay, the slide is right here.
No problem. So I like to perfect. So I like to show people a 10-year history. So you can see the price do come down slightly and goes up, but when you look far away, it's a straight line. And so there's a big, huge jump, for that was last year, right after the COVID. And then usually people will say, oh, in December, the price come down. Yes and or no, it's just because there's less house for sale and less luxury home for sale during the winter time. But you will see pretty much a dip every single year towards the end of the year. And then after January, the price go up again. So the average price it's increased by almost 20% from last year to this year. So that is crazy. I know how kind of investment can you make to make a 20% appreciation? Like that's almost unheard of. And that's why I always tell my clients, always buy real estate. Just like Warren Buffett has said himself, before you buy stock, always buy your first home. So, Kenny, if you go to the second slide, the
Yeah,
second slide is also a sales price, but we are looking at a different indicator. This is a median price, medium sales price. So medium sales price is lower than the average price, and that actually indicates San Diego probably has more luxury home, and so it bring up the price. But when you look at the 50%, the median price, it's 670,000, and it went up almost 15% from last year. So still, it's a significant increases. And again, this is also a 10 years, chart. And so besides the price, we want to look at the average market time. So Kenny, if you can go to the next slide. The next
yeah,
slide, you can
definitely.
see it's actually opposite, direction. So sales
It's
price
going
go up
down.
and the market price go down. Market data go down. Yeah,
Yeah.
significantly lower. So right now it's 29 days, and then it's a reduction of 25% from last year, which is pretty significant. And then the next slide I want to talk about is the inventory. Why is it
Inventory.
important to look at inventory? Um,
Well, so it's
so
going
a
down
lot of my
still.
clients ask me, Jean, for sure, for sure. Everybody asks me, Jean, I don't see enough houses on the market. Everything I want to buy, people buy it before me. So they
Yeah.
were asking me, when the inventory is going to come back up. I don't see it come back up anytime soon. Right now, we only have zero point 0.9 months of inventory in San Diego, and that is a reduce of 55%, so more than 50% than last year, which is crazy, and that's another reason why the price is not coming down, because the inventory is so low. So the next slide, if you can go down to the next one, it talk about the active listing. This one is also
Active
critical to look
listing.
at it. Again, this is also a 10-year chart. So you will see in the past 10 years, right now we have the lowest active listing. We only have 2,800 listing right now. When
Okay,
you
well,
look at
I'm
the peak of
having,
market, we have almost 16,000.
okay, let's see here.
Yeah,
What's the next
can you
slide?
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. Active listing is way
Okay,
down.
so this is okay. Okay, so yeah, so it's way down. Right now, like I said, we have less than 3,000 active listing, And that's why everybody is fighting and beating multiple offer situation. And then the next slide, it's also interesting. I want to point out is a new listing. And so after I talk about new listing, I'm going to share with you some of the things I did to help my buyer win the multiple offer situation. So the new listing is very similar to, the meaning is very similar to the active listing. I just want to show you, we don't have a lot of new listing. We only have 3,200 listings. When you look at previously, we at the top of the market, we on averages, we should have about 5,000 listings every single month. Like that should be the case when you look at the previous history. But right now we have less than that. We only have 3,000. So much less than that. So Kenny, we're going to talk about the last slide later. But right now I want to kind of share my personal experiences with the audience on some of my buyer success stories, and then some of them are unsuccessful stories. So
Yeah,
let's talk about the successful stories.
of course.
So I have a buyer who is actually going to close this Friday. And this is the one we have multiple offer situations. And they are some of the things I want to share, what we could do to help buyer to win their offer. And I have shared before, the first things, what we need, what I did for this deal is I reached out to the listing agents. I asked the listing agents, and this is the exact question I asked. What is important to the seller? And stop. And then let the listing agent tell you. Obviously, you could always ask, does the seller need seller rent back? Because, I recently submitted an offer and the listing agent was really appreciative. I called her because she said, I usually don't, this is what she said. She said, I usually don't accept offer if the buyer's agent don't call me because, usually the buyer's agent doesn't know what my seller needed. For example, if the house is vacant, why are you offer seller rent back? That's like a big no-no, right? No one needs to live
That's
there. The house is vacant
why would you
already.
offer seller rent back when the house is vacant? That doesn't make any sense.
I know, but Kenny, you will be surprised. Sometimes agents don't think. And then another things I help this particular buyer got the offer accepted. I did use the escalation clause. Escalation clause, it's literally just to say if someone's offer is higher than my offer, I'm willing to go, X dollar higher than that person. And sometimes we have an upper ceiling because we don't want the buyer to pay more than they can handle. So for this particular deal, my buyer actually was the one she really, really want to get this house. And so the escalation clause I didn't put my buyer's offer over the other offer. I just said I'm going to meet that particular offer, the highest one. And then, so because I know my buyer's criteria, qualification, my buyer is a cash buyer. And basically, she's going to close very fast. And then we don't have appraisal contingencies. We don't have loan contingency. We have a very, very short inspection contingency. And so that's why I was not worried about we need to beat another buyers. I just need to meet that price. And then also I have another secret weapon is I knew ahead of time after asking the listing agent, the seller needs 3 months rent back. If you are an agent and you work with buyers who has loans, you probably know most of the lender will not approve seller rent back above 2 months. So the most they can get is 2 months rent back. My buyer
Hmm.
could do 3 months, so that's definitely a plus. But the thing is, after talking to my buyer, we did get the seller multiple counter offer after we submit the offer. However, the listing agents want to go with us. And so he said, just match the other person's offer, which is, I think it was $700,000 with 3 months rent back. My buyer at that time, she really preferred not to do a 3 months rent back because she want to move into her brand, new house. So we negotiated. We did actually increase the price to 705 with 2 months rent back. and so we got the house, and so we are closing this Friday. But
Oh,
another
that's
thing,
exciting.
another thing I also want to share is, yeah, for sure, this is probably one of the shortest one I did. We opened escrow last Monday. We're closing this Friday. So
Oh,
that's
wow.
less than 14 days. I think, how many days is that? 12
Yeah,
days?
that's real
My math
fast. Oh
is
my
not
God.
very good. But yeah, but buyers so excited. We are very excited. So another tip I want to share, I think this is the one, actually there are two more things I want to share. It's like you need to be very, very quick. And I think Kenny, last time, one of the webinar we discussed, I say I always like to be like the first few people to see the house with my buyer. And you ask me why. And here's the things. With the hot market right now, listing agents are bombarded with so many showing requests. I have a listing agent told me they get 100 showing requests just for the 2 days on the weekends. And so they couldn't keep up with so much demand. And then also I have heard after the first not open house, after the first day of showing, they say on Saturday, they might already receive 20 offers. For them, sometimes the seller just don't want to deal with any more showings if they live in the house. So they might actually cancel Sunday's showing. And that actually happened to me. I remember one of the
Oh,
buyers I set up showing, she couldn't view it on the weekend. She need to view it on Monday.
I
And
know. Yeah.
this is kind of what I see the cycle now. Yeah. So this is kind of what I observe on the market. Typically, the listing agents are putting the house as a coming soon, maybe a week or 2 weeks ahead of time. And then they turn on the switches and have the listing go live on Thursday. And then they start showing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And the offer is due sometimes on Sunday night, sometimes on Monday. And then literally they open escrow on Monday. This is, I have a lot of offers are like that right now. Like literally people don't wait. That's why you need to be very, very quick. For the buyer, I had one particular buyer, she couldn't see her houses on the weekends. She unfortunately haven't get any of her offer accepted. In fact, we are having hard time even submitting the offer because all the houses she want to see, they usually go into escrow on Monday. And that's when she want to see the house. So that's a
Okay.
tricky one. Another things I want to share is when I help my buyer submit the offer, you need to be very, very aggressive. What I meant by that is the listing price right now. Sometimes buyer need to add $100,000, $150,000 even, just to get their offer accepted. So the listing price, it's kind of a teaser price now. It's really not the price is going to get your offer accepted. So I will say, basically, the win for the buyer now is not to get a bargain. It's not to get a discount. The win is to actually get the house. And so if you keep that in mind, that will help you to get the offer. And how can you help buyer prepare to increase their offer? There's
All
something
right, we
called
can talk
ladder,
about that
ladder
when
strategy. I don't know you have on that.
are we going
Sure.
to talk about that when we conclude today's presentation. Thank you so much, Jim, for sharing with us. That's
Sounds
very,
good.
very helpful. And I'm sure that information can be digested by prospective buyers and help themselves get the homes that they want. Okay, now we're going to go to Kathleen and see what she has in store for us. Okay, Kathleen, let's see, is this the two of you? No, Kathleen is not here, so let's see here. Oh, okay, now I got myself and Kathleen right here. All right, Kathleen, just the two of us. Okay, I need to unmute you. I muted you earlier. All right, you can talk now. I can hear you now. Oh, I'm still not here. I muted you.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're unmuted. So go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you for having me here, Kenny.
All right. So what are you
Yeah.
going to share with us today?
I'm going to share also the market in San Francisco Bay Area. the East Bay Tri-Valley area. So I'm gonna share some numbers with you
All
about
right, let's go to
Pleasanton.
your slide. Okay, this is your first slide.
Okay. Yeah. Before I get into the numbers, you may wondering when we talk about Tri-Valley, what the three valleys are. They are Almondor Valley, which is in Pleasanton area, and the Livermore Valley, apparently in Livermore, and Sacramento Valley in the northern part. So, and it contains the cities of Dublin, Livermore, Pleasanton, Sacramento, the town of Danville, and the CDPs of Alamo, Blackhawk, and Diablo. And today I'm gonna talk about the numbers in Pleasanton, and I'm gonna show you how the market changes before and after, during the COVID-19.
Okay, go ahead.
So let's move on to the next slide, Kenny.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
All right, next slide.
This slide shows you the Pleasanton single-family residence markets. I chose the February 2020, which is pre-COVID, and also the February 2021, which I hope is towards the end of the COVID. So in the chart on the left, you can see the blue color shows the numbers from last year, and the green color shows the number from this year. So the first column is for the active, which is the inventory on the market. Back in February 2020, it was 58 houses for sale on the market during February 2020. And the same time this year, February 2021, it dropped to 27 houses, which is a 53% drop. And at the meantime, for the pending and sold properties, for the pendings, the February 2020, it was 39, but this year it raised a lot to 61 houses, which is a 56% rate. And for the sold houses, which are the houses actually sold during the month of February, it was 24 in 2020 and 46 in 2021 February. So that's almost doubled. So you can see, even though the inventory is extremely low, but the pending and sold houses are like overselling high, which means it's a super, super hot market in Pleasanton.
Which means that if you're a buyer, it's extremely to buy a home in that area. It's certainly difficult.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And actually, it's not only to the single-family markets, it also happens in townhomes and condos in these Tri-Valley areas as well. I represented buyers who are planning or who's purchased the condo or townhome. All the offers are like 20 or 10 or 20, somewhere around there. So it's very competitive.
Oh, wow. Between 10 and 20, that's a lot of competition.
And sometimes as high as almost 30, 26 is the highest number I got.
Oh, wow. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. So let's move on to the next page.
Okay, next page. Wow, what's this number?
I'm going to share you some interesting numbers. This is the average sale price. You can see the single families in Pleasanton, the average sale price is over 1.5 million right now. And at the same time last year, there's a arrow there showing 18% raise. The same time last year in February, it was $1.3 million. So it's raised a lot for the average sale price.
Okay. And this is for San Ramon? Is this for San Ramon?
No, this is for Pleasanton.
Oh, Pleasanton. Okay.
Pleasanton families. Yes.
All right, good. Let's move on to the next one.
Next slide. Markets in Tri-Valley. Yeah, all the cities in Tri-Valley are like this.
Okay, this is $687.
Yeah,
this is the price of a tire.
Sorry?
$687. Okay, that's a per square foot price for homes in Pleasanton right now.
Yes, that's the average dollar per square foot the home sold for this price, and it was like right below 600 last year. It's raised almost $100 per square feet in Pleasant market, which
Well, that's a
represents
lot.
a 16% raise. Yes, exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this number is very important when you're doing comps to help the buyers to prepare an offer, or sometimes for the sellers to decide how to list the property. So this is the number we refer to a lot.
I see. Okay, all right. Let's look at the next number.
Okay, the next number is
106%.
this number is the sell price to list price ratio, which means when you're putting in an offer, or if you're a buyer, you're putting in an offer, it's typically gonna over the listing price for 6%. Or if you're listing, you're a seller, you're listing a home, when you're deciding on the listing price, since the markets are very hot and competitive, so you might likely to get 6% over your listing price.
Okay.
So back in last year, February 2020, it was right around 100%, which means you most of the case you will get the property at the listing price, but now you need to overbid.
For the buyers.
Yeah, for the buyers.
Okay, for the seller, they're sitting pretty good.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's look at the next chart.
Okay, the next
0.5.
chart is 0.5. This is month's supply, which means with all these inventories on market, it will only take half months for all the homes to be sold.
Wow, that's
So
very,
this
very
is the
hot.
Yeah, this is I think the history low for Pleasanton, and this number has been kept for, I think, 4 months for now. So the same time last year, February 2020, it was 2 months. So basically, whatever on the market, all the inventory to be sold during the same time last year, it will take 2 months for everything to be sold. But for now, it's only half months.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Half month supply, that's like, hey, in half a month, there'll be no more homes to buy in that area. Is that right?
Yes. So yes, exactly. The inventory is extremely low. No matter it's a condo, townhomes, or single families, no matter it's listed under 1 million or over 1 million or over 2 million, they're all like very low inventory at this moment.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Kathleen. Now, let's see if I can find my way back to Judy.
Yeah, thank
Let's
you.
see. Judy, where are you? Let's see here. I hope you're here. Oh, that's me. That's not Judy. Let me add Judy here. Hey, Judy, it's your turn. Can you open up your audio?
Oh, sorry, I muted myself. Okay.
Okay,
Hi,
great. All right. So, Judy, thank you for waiting. You are guest number 5 tonight. And why don't you tell us a little bit about the Sacramento market? Is it still very hot?
Well, right now it's still very hot, even though the interest rate go up a little bit, but still one hot home, multiple offers, no contingency. Yeah.
Okay, great. And do you have any chart to show us today? I think you do, don't you?
Yes, yes. I have one new builders community to recommend to the audience. Could you show the picture?
Let's see if I can find your chart here. Oh yeah, here's your chart. What does it show?
Okay. So this community is in the middle, the center of Elk Grove. Zip code is 95757. If the audience knows Elk Grove better, they will know that zip code is a very new community. However, even though the property tax Melrose is more expensive in that area, but the location is very good. Generally, the school district is average like 8, and it has Walmart, new Costco, all within 10 minutes driving.
Well, 8 is a very good number in Sacramento.
Yes, yes, it's above average. Yeah.
Okay, well, can you find 9 or 10 in the Sacramento area?
Yeah, you can find 9 or 10 in South Sacramento area. There is a small community. You have 9, and if you move to Davis or Folsom, Granite Bay, there are 10s.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, I'm looking at this floor plan right here. So this is a floor plan for what type of unit? Is it a townhouse or single family
Oh,
residence or what is it?
it actually is a single family resident, but the interest is if you look at it, it has 2 separate garage. The bigger one is a 2 garage, and on the other side is a small 3rd garage for the 3rd car. But the builder has an option for you to upgrade, which can turn the 3rd garage and the quarter garden to a multi-generation suite, which is an in-law suite. It has 1 bedroom, 1 wet bar. It's not a kitchen, but it's easily just you can add a electrical stove add-on. It will become
Let's
a
see,
kitchen.
somebody has a comment. So Ying is asking, is this a 3-car garage plus 2-car garage, 5 cars? Is that right?
No. It's a total 3-car garage. One is for 2 cars, the other one is for 1-car garage. But the 1-car garage can be converted to a multi-generation, what we call is a multi-gen, which is an in-law suite.
Oh, so it can be converted. Now, who's going to do the conversion? The builder is going to do the conversion for you?
It's the conversion. They will have 1 full bathroom, 1 bedroom, and a wet bar inside.
So they will apply for the permit for you, or is everything permitted already?
Yes, everything is permitted. You don't worry. The only thing you need to worry is just pay your down payment, because this property is not cheap. It's one of the highest price community in Elk Grove area. The base price is around 720,000.
I see. How big is this project?
4,000 square footage. It's a very big house.
No, the whole project. How many units do they have for sale?
They don't know for sure yet. Right now they are only on phase 1.
Phase 1 only. I see.
Yes.
So there's still a few more phases for the
Yes.
release of the home, so you still have a chance.
The sales lady don't know for sure yet, but they just opened their sale office, I think, 1 month ago. So there's still a lot of chance you can be on the waiting list as early as possible and grab the opportunity.
Oh, yeah, it's a big house, 4,000 square feet. I agree with you on that one. Now,
So
is it common to find 4,000 square feet homes in Elk Grove?
no, it's not common, and I really like this particular floor plan because it has an in-law suite. It's very good for to have parents come by, or it's very flexible. You can rent out or do Airbnb for that multi-gen.
Okay, well, this one is a 2-story home.
Yeah, it's 2-story home. The second good thing is you even can add a washer and dryer in the other garage, which means your parents or your future tenants, whoever lives in that in-law suite, can have their own washer and dryer without disturbing the owner.
Oh, that's very, very nice. So if you have older folks in the family who wants to have a living of their own without being they want to have the convenience of their own, so this will be great.
Yes, it's a very good option. And also, if you want to rent it out, the estimated rent for that in-law suite is around 1,500.
Oh, that's very high rent. Now,
Yes,
Ying Mei is asking, is there any rent control or limitation or on whether you can run Airbnb from this unit? Do you know anything about that?
there is no rent control in Sacramento Elk Grove area, but regarding the Airbnb, there might be community CCNRs which limited the short-time rent. You only can rent out to the tenants 30 days or longer. But I didn't see the CCNR for this community yet, so I will double check with the sales office.
Okay, well, it sounds pretty good. So, do you have to, is there a waiting list to buy
Yes,
one of these
there,
homes?
yes, there is a waiting list. The builder is Taylor Morrison. I don't know why, but they don't require pre-call from their own lender to be on waiting list. You can just simply leave your name, phone number, email address to register and then choose your plan to be on waiting list. You don't need to go through the long pre-call process by their own lender.
I see. Now, somebody, Emily Chang, has a question about Pleasanton. You missed your chance. We just finished with Kathleen. So, when we do our conclusion, I'll have Kathleen answer this question. Will you think this trend will continue in Pleasanton? Should the buyer wait for more listings? Well, that's a question for Kathleen. We'll come back to you. Okay, I'll remember this one. I'll put it right here so I don't forget. Okay, Judy, I have a question for you. Uh, for a buyer interested in this type of home, uh, how much are they? How much are they looking at? How much money do they have to get ready to buy a home like this?
If we look at 20% down, the base price for this community is around 720. And if they want to upgrade the multi-generation option, which is around 40,000 extra, so which rise the price to 760. 760 and you plus 20% down, and we also need like 8,000 to 10,000 closing cost. Let me quickly calculate that. It's
Well,
around 160,000 down payment for 20% down.
okay. Well, that's a pretty high end in Elk Grove.
Yes, and it's, but consider that that is a very large house, and if you rent it at multi-gen, you have at least 1,500 per month to cover almost a half of your mortgage payment.
Okay, well, that will make it better, easier for somebody who wants to live in a new home and who doesn't have to know. The mortgage rate is climbing, right? Lately?
Yes.
Okay, well, if you're in the audience, you want to buy in Elk Grove, hurry up and contact Judy. Well, thank you so much, Judy, for sharing all of this information with us. Now we're going to go back to our original scene. That way we can answer some question. Let's see who's still around. Oh, Lily is gone. I don't know where Lily is. Apparently oh, Lily's here. All right, so I need to make sure you guys are not muted. If you are muted, you can actually unmute yourself. Okay, make sure you're not muted. So if you are muted, please unmute yourself. So because we are going to be answering some question now. It looks like you are muted, Esma. So I'm gonna unmute you,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna unmute Lily as well. So as it's our custom and practice to answer to let our guests express their expert opinion on a question that I pose to them. So today's question is, during the pandemic and in the bidding war, what kind of advice or suggestions would you give to prospective buyers in your respective areas? Let's start with Jean Riley.
Okay, so I share quite a few already, but I have one more I can share, which is I know a lot of time people, well, not everybody writes sellers later to the seller. We call it love letter. And the reason why it's important is you are trying to find some similarity between you and the sellers. I actually almost got one of the buyers offer accepted. The seller was willing to sell it to us for $100,000 less than the highest offer because the seller later, and then also for that one, we did the video. And so a lot of people do seller laters, but not everybody do videos. And if you could do a video, that might actually set your offer apart than other people. So Don't be camera shy. Just be yourself and talk about. Usually, it's a very short video. Talk about maybe why you love the house so much, and then talk about the reason, and then just be yourself. And that's the tip I have.
All right. Thank you so much for your advice. So we're gonna go to Lily Garipova next. So Lily, your turn to express your expert opinion.
Okay, so in order to get the offer accepted, of course, everything goes non-contingent today, right? So I would say you go non-contingent or you don't stand a chance, right? So I try to make everything easy for the seller, right? Like I sometimes note that my buyer will pay for home warranty and so on, some items in the offer. And also, like love letters in Bay Area, they don't have big impact right now.
Oh,
So
really?
no, let's say no. The biggest, honestly, right now we're just talking numbers in Bay Area. It's just numbers, and how soon they need to close. And the second is, as Jean said, you need to find out what the seller wants, right? Like in the last offer, which I submitted today, the seller wanted 45 days rent back. We just gave it for free to the seller.
We have an issue here. Please
It's,
continue. Please continue.
yeah, so basically, yes.
I don't know where the noise is coming from. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, the biggest, yeah, the biggest,
Honestly, I don't know where that's coming from. Maybe it's Judy. I
so
think,
basically,
go ahead, please continue.
yeah, the biggest decision maker is the price, okay? The price of your offer actually in the Bay Area. So honestly, whatever you do, love letters or any other, like items are really less of impact as a price on your offer right now. And my advice is just if you're submitting an offers, if you like the house, and if like some people ask like, oh, we're bidding 200K above. I mean, this is an average in some cities where they submit. If you see some properties, like already pending at 200K above of the listing price, so you shouldn't be afraid to submit, because generally, if there is 3-4 homes coming up at this price in the area, that's a new comparison in the whole neighborhood, right? So you just do what you can do.
All right, thank you so much, Lily. Let's go to Asma. Asma, your turn to say something about your expert opinion about the suggestion you would give the buyer. I'm gonna unmute you. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Same, I will just add the same what they said. It's not the market you can negotiate the price. It's the market that you are lucky if you get the property you like. So get all your papers ready, everything ready. If you are submitting for a loan, get the underwriter approval ready, which is now the majority of the listing agents, and even me. I don't want to waste my time. We require this before we submit the offer. Just be responsive, be on the top of everything, because when they say they have backup offer, they really have backup offer. So if you want to ask for extension, that's not really the market that you will get that. So just and be open to go above the asking price, because as Jen Riley said, this is like a teaser. Nothing goes for the asking price now.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your expert opinion. Let me go ahead and go to Kathleen right now. So, Kathleen, what advice or suggestions would you give buyers in this crazy, crazy market? And also, there was a question from Emily. She's asking you, so you need to kind of address that question about whether or not the crazy situation is going to continue in Pleasanton.
Yeah, I'm ready to answer Emily's question first. Apparently, because of the seasonality of the real estate market and also the COVID is fading away, so the inventory definitely gonna be more, but I cannot say how soon the more inventories will come out. But I can still see more and more listings every week. So that was my advice to my buyers actually. But turns out I told them you still need to keep close attention and participate in this market. So every week, if you see a property that you like, we'd rather put in an offer than to waste the opportunity. You never know. So one thing is you never know if we can get this listing or we can get this house. The other thing is you will get the, closest idea of the market and where the market goes, what the price goes, and what the offers are like. So that way you will be always at the top of the market. And after I communicated with my buyers and they got into contract with the next offer. So you never know
Congratulations.
where the market will bring you. And so just be prepared. That depends on your needs as well. So
Let me ask you this. Recently, you got a property into escrow in Dublin. How did you manage to do that? What tricks did you use to get your offer accepted?
Yes, now I have two escrows open, one in South Bay in Sunnyvale, and the other one is in Dublin. One is single family, and the other one is a condo. So I know, all the other guests have been said, I think the most important one is the communication. So if you find a good real estate agent to represent you, the buyer's agent, she will stay close communication with the listing agent from the beginning to the end, or even after you put in an offer. So that's why the listing agent always tend to work with the one who she knows or he knows well. So he has confidence to get the deal closed. So that's very important. Another thing is love letter. This one I do not agree with Lily because maybe we worked on different market or different properties. Both of my offers got accepted. The listing agent mentioned to me the sellers love their love letter. So
wow, that's really good to know.
Yeah, both these offers are not the top one. I think they are the second or top three. Let me see that. So both of the offers got accepted, not the highest price, but the overall package, and also the love letter. So we make whatever we can. Maybe sometimes we cover some closing costs, and sometimes we manage to close sooner. And both of my buyers are very strong. They are willing to put down more than 20%, sometimes 30, 40%. That's very important too. So I think the first thing is you never give up. The second thing is you find a good agent that can communicate with the listing the whole transaction. The third thing is always be prepared. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Kathleen, for your expert opinion. Let me go to Judy. Hey, Judy, it's your turn to express your opinion. The question is, in this pandemic and crazy market, buyers are having a hard time getting their offers accepted. So what advice or suggestions would you give these buyers that are struggling just to get the home that they want?
Well, my suggestion is be prepared financially and emotionally, because emotionally, buyer really have to give up a lot of protection, contingencies. Of course, no buyer really willing to give up that contingencies. For example, we have really shortened our inspection contingencies, or no inspection contingencies at all. And also, most of the time, we need to waive appraisal contingency because most likely the purchase price will be higher than the appraisal value. And also, they need to be prepared financially because most of the time they need to pay up the difference between the appraisal value and also the purchase price. For
Okay.
example,
Yeah,
yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead. Please continue.
last week I have an offer got accepted in Rancho Cordova area. That is a very competitive area too. And my buyer is only have 5% down payment. So we really pretty much have to give up every contingency. We only left a very, very short loan contingency just to win the offer. And we did. So it's a very good example how buyer have to give up a lot of their protections to win the offer. But that is what going on the market. If you want to get a house, win the offer, you really have to sacrifice a lot on the contingencies.
Well, one of the tricks you can use is to use a smaller deposit. In Sacramento, how low can you go on the deposit and still get your offers accepted?
So at least you need to do 1% to show some sincere. Otherwise, lower than 1%, I don't think the listing agent or the seller will consider it's a serious offer. You can't just throw $1,000 or $2,000 and say, hey, that's my deposit.
Yeah, I think the market has changed a lot. I mean, I remember a year ago, I was a listing agent, and we will still consider an offer that comes in with $2,000 deposit, and apparently that's no longer possible. So can you go as low as 1%, let's say $500,000 home, go like 5,000 and still have a shot in Sacramento?
Yes, the Rancho Cordova offer we just got into contract is 1% because the loan contingency we put is only 10 days. It's extremely short. So we really have to push everything to minimize buyer's risk. So we only put 1%.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for your valuable opinion. It's time to say goodbye. We definitely will be back again next month. And I wanted to thank all my special guests, Jean Riley, Lydia Garipova, Asma Majali, Kathleen Xiang, and of course, Judie Xue, even though you're not in the picture, but everybody knows who you are. You are the queen of Sacramento. You've been really, really busy. And of course, our super fans all in the chat room. We have many Centermax agents and students that really supported us. I really, really appreciate it. Now, if you are new to us, our channel is known as the Real Biz Academy, and I will encourage you to subscribe to our channel. That way you can get notification of our new market updates. Next month, we're going to have 2 market updates. And then starting from May, we're going to have 3 market updates a month as we get more and more agents to participate in the market update. So if you like today's program, give us a thumbs up, give us some encouragement, and then share today's content with your friend. I hope everybody has a nice weekend. Goodbye. I don't know, there's a better way to say goodbye other than to wave my hands goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, see you guys next month, okay? You guys have been wonderful, wonderful. Tanya, thank you for attending. And let's see who else. Joanna, thank you for attending. All right, see you guys next month.
Bye.